Hello gamers, this is Sai, and welcome back to Which Way Games. What does Donkey Kong do when he eats a banana?
Anyone can do it, anyone can dance.
And with that being said, let's get on with the video.
When it comes to platforming games, there are two game developers that are kings when it comes to this genre. Sega are well known for a certain blue hedgehog that's captured the hearts of millions, and Nintendo have an infamous plumber known the world over.
Each having their own games that then catapulted them to stardom.
Both are legends in their own right, with a multitude of games underneath their belts. But if we go back almost 40 years to the early 80s, a certain gorilla can be found in the arcade, giving Mario a bit of a hard time.
This game would be the original Donkey Kong that had Mario, otherwise known as Jumpman back then, trying to save Pauline from the aggressive gorilla.
Being created by Shigeru Miyamoto, Donkey Kong wowed gamers for its simplistic yet addictive gameplay. Gamers would have to avoid barrels thrown by Donkey Kong in order to reach the top and save Pauline.
The overall success of Donkey Kong spawned a sequel, otherwise known as Donkey Kong Jr.
In this game, Donkey Kong Jr. would have to rescue his father, who's now trapped in a cage, while trying to avoid Mario. A fun as well as simplistic arcade game that was very different compared to the original. After this, there'll be one more game known as Donkey Kong 3, and then the series would go on a 10-year hiatus.
Eventually, Donkey Kong would make the return to the world of gaming with a fantastic Donkey Kong Country. So let's go back to where it all started.
Game developer Rare had been experimenting on using 3D rendering for future video games. However, when Nintendo were visiting Rare's offices, they were impressed with what they saw. And eventually Rare would be granted permission to make a game starring Nintendo's famous gorilla. Now, some of the developers remembered Donkey Kong's beginnings, and to make him now a hero seemed a bit out of place. But several meetings were held over the future of the banana-loving gorilla.
Now, I can just imagine just how that was planned out. Nintendo have tasked you and I with making a game starring Donkey Kong. Wait, wasn't Donkey Kong a bad guy? You're right, but we have a plan that wipes away all that silly nonsense, such as, we'll blame it all on his granddad. What granddad? Frankie Kong, of course. Trust me, it'll be fine. In fact, have a banana. What the?
Get that back!
No, it belongs to me.
I am surrounded by idiots. I never had this problem when I worked for Sega.
Development soon began, which saw the character design of Donkey Kong drastically change from its previous looks of the 80s. Wanting to create a memorable platformer, the idea of using a 3D rendered character was the main focus. With the redesign of Donkey Kong being highly praised, Rare proposed another idea of creating a new look for Donkey Kong Jr. However, Nintendo respectively declined.
Perhaps Nintendo will reveal what exactly happened to Donkey Kong Jr., as he seems to have disappeared from the face of gaming.
Now, Rare didn't want to just throw away months of hard work, as they loved this new look for Donkey Kong Jr., so they came up with a compromise.
And this redesign was eventually called Diddy Kong, who's now become a staple of the series. He's even starred in a few of his own games.
Wanting to build up hype about the game, Donkey Kong Country featured in many magazines. There was even a VHS of Donkey Kong Country that was sent out to Nintendo Power subscribers, showing off the game and some secrets behind its development. And in late November 1994, Donkey Kong Country was released for Super Nintendo gamers to enjoy.
And now is that time when we go back to the past to see how Donkey Kong Country was advertised.
The story of Donkey Kong Country begins one dark and stormy night on Donkey Kong Island. Diddy Kong is taken on the responsibility of guarding Donkey Kong's precious banana horde as part of his hero training, but only until midnight, where this task will be given back to Donkey Kong. However, the banana-loving ape oversleeps and poor Diddy is ambushed by the evil King K. Rool and his Kremling minions. Several hours later, Cranky Kong wakes up the sleeping Donkey Kong and informs him that the banana horde is missing, as well as Diddy Kong. Pounding the ground in anger, Donkey Kong rushes out of his treehouse and comes across Diddy trapped in the barrel. Freeing him and learning the reasons behind the banana theft, the pair then decide to hunt down King K. Rool and hopefully get back the precious banana horde.
Gameplay has gamers playing as Donkey Kong or even Diddy Kong in their adventure to stop King K. Rool and his Kremling minions.
Starting out, gamers will find themselves on the world map that will show off different parts of Donkey Kong Island. And several of these stages range from the jungle, inside a cave, and even riding along a minecart.
Each of these are fun to play through and very challenging, but that doesn't take away from the overall fun factor.
Now, Donkey Kong Country is all about constant movement with its gameplay. However, one thing that is great is the chance for gamers to have a bit of a breather. And this couldn't be more true with the underwater stages.
These water stages have some of the best music in the game that could easily fit within the world of the amazing Chrono Trigger.
As gamers travel through each stage, they'll find several barrels. Some of these are checkpoints, as well as a way of getting through the stage faster. But one barrel gamers will need to look out for are the ones with DK written on the side. Once gamers have found the second playable character, they'll be able to tag in and out to mix up the gameplay.
Donkey Kong is all about power, whereas Diddy Kong, he's all about speed.
Throughout each stage, gamers will collect bananas to obtain extra lives, as well as animal buddies. These animal buddies can be used to unlock secret areas, as well as helping out on the more difficult parts in the stage. With each stage finished, gamers will meet other Kongs on their journey. They will aid them before the final confrontation with King K. Rool himself.
When released, Donkey Kong Country was highly praised by gamers and critics. It even set the standard at the time for how 3D rendering should be used in a video game.
The combination of graphics, gameplay and music will draw gamers into the world of Donkey Kong. There is a difficulty spike that can be frustrating at times, but doesn't take anything away from the fun factor and overall experience of playing. In fact, it'll only want gamers to play Donkey Kong Country even more, with them coming back time and time again to continue the adventure in the 16-bit classic. Now, from the success of Donkey Kong Country, several spin-off games were made, including 2 sequels that will carry on the adventure and introduce more characters. There was even an animated TV show that looked stunning, very much like Reboot. However, this show had some questionable characters, as well as a song in every episode. Eventually, the series would enter the world of 3D with the legendary Donkey Kong 64.
Now, Donkey Kong 64 is a fantastic game for Nintendo's box of fun.
Eventually, the Donkey Kong series would make a return, each bringing gamers back to the 90s with a sense of nostalgia. Overall, Donkey Kong Country is a fun and addictive platformer to play, with 40 levels to traverse through and several difficulty spikes. Gamers are certainly in for a treat with this classic for the Super Nintendo.
Anyway, come back next time where a city underneath the waves holds endless possibilities, or what secrets lay within Rapture. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next game.